And you are officially live on Facebook whenever you're ready.
All right. All right. Thank you everyone for joining us for our second annual Youth Entrepreneurship Power Hour. We are super excited that you are here visiting with us today to learn more about youth entrepreneurship and its expansion throughout Florida. And we have some very special guests today to share about their programs and curriculum from two wonderful TA providers who actually have, who are national. So Holly, do you have the PowerPoint? Yep, perfect. Thank you. So my name is Jennifer Smith, and I am the founder and CEO of the Giving Closet Project. And I came on board with the Florida After School Network as the Youth Entrepreneurship Specialist back in May. And it's been an exciting journey so far. Also on here, we have Brian. I'll let you take it.
Hey guys, just so happy that everyone's joining us, whether you're here on the webinar or on Facebook. We appreciate you joining us and learning more. We're excited for the Florida After School Network to be a part of this work and expanding the entrepreneurship mindset among Florida's youth. It is a exciting time in our world, and there's a lot of things that are moving and changing quickly. So we at the Florida After School Network find it great for us to continue to kind of reconvene, understand who's doing what, where, and seeing how we can kind of best learn from each other and understand the different aspects of entrepreneurship. And as leaders and teachers, we think it's a great opportunity for us to connect, convene, and understand all the great opportunities that are available, not only for our youth, but our families as well. So thank you for joining us, and we're really excited to kind of learn more about these great partners.
Next. Okay. And then next up, Holly, can you here? Let's see. So next on the agenda, we're going to have Chris Brignoli he is the regional director for Southeast Florida's.
Do you know what they do with 5,000 role models?
Sorry. Network for Teaching Youth Entrepreneurship. Today, we're also going to hear from Debbie Nazarene. She's the National Director for Lemonade Day. Then we'll go ahead up and follow with some questions and just get some commentary and get some talk going between all of our participants. And then we will go into our What a Great Idea book study recommendation. I know a few of you have purchased the book and have done some reading, and if not, that's okay. It's not too late. And then last but not least, we'll do our wrap up and go over upcoming events. So, and then you've already heard from myself and Brian. Joining us also is our partner with UF 4-H Extension, Vanessa.
Hello, thank you, Jennifer and Brian, for introducing me. And so my name is Vanessa Spear, and I'm with the University of Florida Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences 4-H Youth Development Program. And I'm excited to be on this journey with Florida After School Network.
Thank you, Vanessa. And here are our two fabulous guest speakers. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Chris. And Chris, you can go ahead and take it.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. I really feel privileged to be here with you all. I heard so much about the programs and about this community. And here as a representative of NFTE Southeast, I definitely want to just be able to walk you through the process of what NFTE is, what we do here in the Southeast, and when do we do it. I also brought a special guest, a live testimonial of one of our students that actually did a full 360, right? She was a student. She was a biz camp student. She was a startup summer student. She was an intern, not getting paid in the beginning. Then she got a paid internship with us. And now she's an employee of NFTE. And she's here working with us and still going to college, still fulfilling her dreams of being a young entrepreneur. So I wanted to make sure that I included her in our 360 approach of presenting NFTE to you all, but also including that live testimonial. But just to walk you through what is NFTE, right? So NFTE is a program that we teach entrepreneurship to kids in various communities with various resources in the communities as well. Between Homestead, Florida and North Carolina, which is what the Southeast works with, right? But we are all through the states. We have offices in Texas, New England, DC, Baltimore, New York, Chicago, and the list continues. We had one of our program partners from oh man, close to Dubai, is one of the areas near Dubai, actually jump on in. We have programs in Mexico and Israel, and the list continues. But what we actually do is we train teachers in entrepreneurship, where they bring back our curriculum and infuse it or teach it standalone in their classroom, or even community-based organizations, right? Like the YMCAs, the YWs, the Boys and Girls Clubs. Like in Duval, we have the Boys and Girls Club of Duval County actually doing the Nifty program there, and they're doing a great job at it and tying it in with music. So now I'm going to walk you through that process, right? If someone's interested in Nifty, the first thing that we do is we train them and get them certified around the Nifty curriculum. Then we will also introduce and identify which program they're going to be doing, right? So we have a nice catalog of programming stemming from our Entrepreneurship Essentials curriculum, which is it's more of a low-level approach, where if you have a class like is focusing on web design, you could take that EE curriculum and infuse it right into your course. And then we have the E1 course that is focused on those classes that are teaching entrepreneurship standalone, or even an after-school program. And then we have the E2 program, where those students that already completed a business idea, you can now actually take your idea and execute and launch your program, launch your business, launch that nonprofit that you thought of. So that's what the E2 program focuses on. And then we have something called Starter Tech, which is an amazing program focusing around app development. Many of our students love building and love technology. Hence me, I'm a big technology junkie along with my kids. So we're always diving into techie things, from app development to gaming, to simulations, and turning them all into businesses, right? Taking your hobbies and your passions and goals, that's what Nifty is all about, and turning it into a business. Next up, we have something very special for the community, and it's called Start It Up. It's a curriculum because we found that many parents, many people, adults in the community is like, how can I be a part of Nifty? Because I am Nifty. And Nifty is a movement. It's more than a curriculum, it's actually a movement, right? So if you constantly hear me say, I am Nifty, or you might hear a drop in the background that says, I am Nifty, we are very passionate about being I am Nifty, because it's not just the curriculum, it's the movement and the community that we build. So with the Start It Up curriculum, we found that parents would say, hey, can I come to the Biz Camp and hang out with the kids and sit in the background? It only lasted about 2 to 3 days because the parents always got voted off the island by the students. The students always said, Mr. Chris, mom and dad gotta go. This is our program. Please leave it for us. And, you know, we couldn't argue with the students because it was designed for them, by them. So mom and dad had to go. And then a few years later, someone said, you know what, it's time to create something for the adults. And it's all started when the pandemic happened. A lot of people were trying to work from home, trying to figure out from home. So we created an online self-paced curriculum called Start It Up for the community. So this is something that kids and families can come together and build on, or just families. And we partner with a lot of universities and colleges in the community that are adopting that curriculum for their students, which is a great asset. So now you heard a little bit about our catalog. We have a lot more to offer, especially for individuals that is not in the Nifty program. You might want to write this down. It's called innovation.nifty.com. Once again, that's innovation.nifty.com. And it focuses around the World Series of Innovation, 8 UN Sustainable Goals. Students between the ages of 13 and 24 can pick one of these goals, submit their idea with a chance to win anywhere between, I want to say, $300 to $1,000. Don't quote me on the numbers. But there's prize money for each category. So once again, this is for all students out there, your kids, anyone out there listening that has anyone between those ages. And you can have groups that submit together, right? You can have anywhere from 1 person to 4 people to your group that can submit for the World Series of Innovation. Once again, that's innovation.nifty.com. And it focuses around 8 UN Sustainable Goals. Now, you heard about the programming that we have. You heard about the Cool World Series Innovation online activity that is here between now and December 15th. But one of the things that we're very passionate about is the support we provide back to our teachers, to our CBOs, and all of our partners out there that are using the curriculum, because we want them to know that you're never left alone, that we're here to help you guys 100% of the way. So we run something called virtual office hours. Virtual office hours is Tuesday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And all you have to do is click a Zoom link. You get myself on there and about 5 other colleagues of mine on the field, ready to dive into your questions. And we more than likely may have the answers. And if we don't have the answers, we have a team of 50 plus employees that can bring the answers to the table for you guys. So it's not always about us. And sometimes we build and find out and troubleshoot these ideas and problems together as a team, and we discover the answer as a team. So it all depends on what questions you guys have for us at any given moment, and we're here to dive right in. Even Vinay, as our new employee and former NIFTY, or still considered a NIFTY alum, dives in and helps out the teachers, especially students that jump on. Students can jump on too and say, Mr. Chris, Vinay, I have this idea. Want to hear my pitch? Let's go. They give us their pitch and we provide feedback in real time to the students. So it's a 360 approach. It's not only just about the curriculum, it's about the community that we're building. We have teachers that just jump on and hang out with us and be the fly on the wall. They turn their cameras off. They wait till that question pops up and then they pop the camera on and dive right in with us. So we welcome everyone to join virtual office hours, whether you're diving right in, maybe away in a breakout room, getting some work done, and you want to jump back in from time to time, you can do that as well. We'll create that virtual office space just for you at the end. But I know there was a lot thrown out at you guys, but I also want to just walk you through a few of the resources that we do have to make everyone's life easy. And I'm going to pull it up. Can I share my screen? Let's see.
You should be able to.
Cool. So we created this cool Padlet for all of our partners. So if you ever had an idea or had a question about what was going on in the NIFTY world and when, this walks you through. It's basically a roadmap of this year from the 2021 to 2022, from the moment you get certified and trained with us to the onboarding process, all of our contact information here, to the digital virtual office hour support, the direct Zoom link you have here. You have class activation. You fill out this form, let us know how many students you're gonna roughly have in your class. Oh, I heard myself. Uh-oh. Hold on. I'm getting a bad echo. The Canvas tutorial also walks you through our Canvas platform. We have the onboarding walkthrough talking to you guys about the Teacher Hub. And these are all videos that I created to help the teachers as they're onboarding their class or their program. And then down to the point where you log into Canvas. So if you don't know what Canvas is, it's a learning management system where you have all the control of the curriculum. It's all there for you already laid out. You just unlock it, publish it for your class. You have a unique activation link for your students to jump right in. And in real time, as the students are working on the assignments that you provide, you will see them completed and uploaded back to you for review. So you have a one-stop shop for all your needs. It's a plug and play system that we have, and it's our curriculum all housed on Canvas. Each month we have a different area that we focus on. Like right here in the beginning, since a lot of our teachers started in August, we have the Lean Business Model Canvas roadmap. And one of our teachers actually created this Padlet, which, hold on, bring it on over. You guys can see this orange one I just popped in. All these buckets are focused around the different parts of the Lean Business Model Canvas. So these are videos. We have another one of our alumni students that we just hired as well, Samia, and we have a testimonial video of her business and her pitch. But each one of these buckets are really cool because it focuses on the Lean Canvas. You have the problem and solution, key metrics, unique value proposition, unfair advantage. And it helps the teacher and the students understand what those buckets mean. And there's all videos focused around that, even down to one of our fabulous teachers, Mr. Ray Paris, talking about the course structure with a student, and they're going over examples, and we break everything down as simple as possible for the teachers and students to understand. And once again, you have that community behind you to actually help support those initiatives. So everything is really spelled out for the teachers along the way. We even feature a teacher of the month. This is Miss Carmen Garcia. And this is a link to our World Series of Innovation that we spoke about briefly a moment ago. And this is something near and dear to our heart, the ESB certification. The Entrepreneurship Small Business Certification just got released at the state level here in Florida. So a lot of teachers are now using our curriculum to make sure that the students can actually pass this ESB certification in their classrooms. This is a really, really cool certification. It focuses around business and entrepreneurship. When the students pass this to get a certificate, and it identifies they have a wealth of knowledge around business and entrepreneurship. Who wouldn't want to hire someone that understands business and entrepreneurship, right? Because it's something organically that's instilled within us and we understand it. And now we hired for a company and we treat it like it was our own, bringing this unique knowledge back into the business with ideas on how to better the company. Who wouldn't want to hire an employee in that manner, right? So we find that this certification is a really, really great certification for our school system this year. And each and every year we do a monthly workshop around best practices that are taking place in the classroom, and that's currently happening. So the teachers are in love with this, especially at the state level. We grew over the last year from 150 teachers to about 350 teachers this year based on the ESB certification for our students. And once again, each and every month we have online virtual guest speakers. We just had this summit. It was called the Own It Summit. We had a platform of different virtual entrepreneurs speaking to students. We had over 250 students online between California and New York that participated in this event. And we have quarterly professional learning communities for our teachers that are teaching the curriculum. So you can come back and learn every quarter some new tips and tricks on how to bring our curriculum to the classroom. So I'm going to stop sharing now and open it up for any questions that you guys may have. And if no questions right now, we can definitely dive into our testimonial with Vinay to speak a little bit.
Chris, I just want to say, I think that roadmap is amazing. And I love that you guys focus on the teachers and the professional learning communities, which you hold monthly for the teachers. Because I think it's one thing to get started, but I think to keep teachers engaged and making sure they're engaged and excited, ongoing for their youth is so important. For the ESB certification, what ages, is there an age limit for that one? Is that 13 through 18?
No, there's a few middle school teachers actually doing it right now and high school teachers as well. One of the things that we promote is to do the E1 course over the course of the year and then introduce E2. E2, once again, is about executing or launching your business idea. Between the E1 and E2, you'll cover the majority portion of what's going to be on the ESB exam. And that's organically learning, right? Versus teaching to the test. So these teachers that are, or organizations that are providing the curriculum, and as they organically teach NIFTY, these kids are organically learning how to actually execute and pass that exam so they can have that certification under their belt at the end of the day. So this is something to think about.
And there's a question in the chat from the Lesame Project, Miss Jasmine. How often do the students meet and how long are the sessions?
All right. One of the other curriculums that we do have is called the BizCamp curriculum. Is a 20-lesson curriculum, which is actually a great program for after-school programs and summer programming. And with that program, it's 20 lessons that can be broken up into a few hours a day, twice a week, over the course of a year. Like, it all depends on what your needs and wants are. If it's a program that you wanted to take this curriculum, infuse it in an after-school program, maybe an hour a day, maybe it's 3 hours a week, this can be stretched over, right? So once again, it's 20 lessons. Each lesson I would focus on a minimum of 3 hours to a maximum of 5 to 6 hours. because we do it over the course of the summer, that each lesson is on one day that we focus on. So we focus on the learning process of it, the execution, and the revision to ensure that the students understand everything that they will learn, that they learn that specific day. So it takes us about a day to get through each lesson. So you think about that, 20 days of curriculum. If you broke that down in half days, then you're looking at maybe 40 days. It all depends on how you want to space that out. And that's why our team is there to help support you and create that timeline based on your needs and wants. But the overall curriculum for the school year can be stretched out over the school year based on 1 to 3 hours per week.
Thank you.
And for your after school programs out there, I just want to throw this out there. Keep in mind, you can create group-based businesses, and those group-based businesses, you provide positions to the students in that group, whether it's a t-shirt company, a beverage company, whatever it is that you want. And it's a way to self-sustain the program year after year, because these students are creating something for the community, selling it back to the community, and then funds go back into the program to enhance the program. And you can buy equipment, you can buy, I mean, I've seen a program come with $500, invest into students, and turn that 500 in 1 year to 5,000. 5,000 into 10, 10 into 20, and it kept going on and on and on, to where they got a state-of-the-art room that they created, a smart room for their students, with heat press machines for pressing shirts, music studio, robotics lab, all based on $500. It was kind of crazy, but it can be done. I would love to introduce Vinay and have Vinay talk to you guys a little bit about her experience and her journey with Nifty, if that's possible.
Absolutely.
All right, superstar Vinay.
Hi guys, my name is Vinay. So my first introduction with Nifty had to be in high school, my junior year of high school, and things of that nature. I didn't know anything about entrepreneurship. I remember being introduced to Nifty, and I felt so enamored by it, because what is this program? What is this program? And I went from Nifty, and I did my thing. I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous, sorry. But just to reel it all back in, I was with Nifty for a long time. I've been with Nifty for 5 years, and being a part of Nifty has really changed my life, because I remember just going through a rough time, and I'm still going through a rough time right now. And the competitions, the entrepreneurial foundation that I was able to accrue through Nifty, the people that I met, being able to go through high school and just kill it. It was amazing. So I would just like to thank Nifty so much for what they've been able to do, and the people that I've met, the things that I've learned, the business that I've created right now. Like, I'm a music person, and because of Nifty, I was able to meet Flo Rida. So that's pretty cool. And I think that it's really great for the youth, because my background is not great. The resources that we have in our communities are not great. And it's very important for us to be introduced to these kinds of things, because without it, it's like, for us, from where I come from, it's hard for us to figure out where to go. Like, I didn't know if I wanted to be, going to college. I didn't know if I wanted to be in the military. I didn't know if I wanted a regular 9-to-5 job, if I was going to be a teacher, anything like that. But I really was able to feel like, okay, I can create this business. I could take funding and do the very best that I can with it. I met Chris. I was able to segue into Startup Summer, and the resources were amazing. I mean, my skills, the things that I were able to accrue, and it was amazing. So thank you so much. I hope that kind of shed some light. I know it's a little rocky, but thank you so much.
And I want to add on to that. So our curriculum focuses on, 8 entrepreneurial domains, right? The entrepreneurial mindset. And throughout in the beginning, when you introduce to your students the program, you get to give them an EMI, the Entrepreneurial Mindset Pre-Assessment, right? And this assessment focuses on this actual student versus the curriculum. We have something called the diagnostic that focuses on the curriculum. The EMI comes back and talks about your strengths, your weaknesses based on the 8 domains, whether you have the comfort with risk or not, and yada, yada, yada. And it compares you to a celebrity entrepreneur, and these are the strengths and weaknesses, whatever. As a Nifty employee, I always like to focus on the strengths first. Everybody might say, why focus on the strengths? You already know you're strong at that. No, because that's where the student is actually comfortable with, right? Their strengths. No one wants to hear that they have a weakness at something, right? For the most part, especially youth. They're going to challenge you. I know how to do that, sir. I know how to do that, ma'am. Yada, yada, yada. Cool. So I like to focus on the strengths. Once you tap into that, the students say, all right, cool. Their blood's pumped up. They're pumped up and energized. And then we slide in the things that we need to work on now, right? So every student has an individual plan. The reason I'm telling you about this is because Vinay forgot to tell you when she started the Nifty program, she was a party planner. And I seen her sitting there at the table presenting her idea, but she was passionate. But it seemed like maybe mom was a little more passionate than Vinay, because mom was there supporting her, being like, setting up the whole area, and Vinay was pitching her business. But then I was like, man, there's something about her that I know she's really passionate about, a little more beyond just the party planning. So I said, what do you like to do on your spare time? She goes, music. I like to, produce music. And I was like, okay. I said, well, why are you doing this party planning? I didn't know I could do music. You are your own product. You live that testimony. Make sure that we as educators and supporters tap into every student individually, not segregate them as a group to everyone else in their class or in their program. They're their own unique individual. And it's critical that we understand how to identify unique attributes amongst the youth that we focus and target day to day. Because if we treated all our youth as the same, I would have never known Vinay liked music, and she might have kept pushing the party planning business without me ever knowing about her music possibilities. So I know I'm at the 2:30 mark. I'm kind of paused there so we can stay on track. But I really appreciate you guys bringing us and allowing us to share with you our journey in Nifty that continues every day because of you all, because of individuals like Vinay and the community that we have within our surroundings.
Chris, thank you so much. And Vinay, thank you so much for sharing your inspiring story. You did a beautiful job, and keep on going, girl. You've got this. All right. Next up, we have, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that everyone has Chris's contact information. If you want to reach out to Nifty, learn more. We are excited that we're going to be helping support the communities and schools in Duval County with the rollout of Nifty starting in January. So Chris, Vinay, thanks again. And next, we're going to go on to Miss Debbie with Lemonade Day.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jennifer. And thank you, Chris, for all of the information about Nifty. We love Nifty at Lemonade Day. And Vinay, that was just amazing. I'm truly inspirational. So thank you. And thank you to everyone else for giving me a chance to share today about our amazing program. Just by a show of hands, have any of you, I mean, I know a lot of your cameras are off, but I was going to see how many of you have heard of Lemonade Day before. We're a relatively young organization. We started in 2006 here in Houston, Texas. And it was originally a program that was for some underserved communities here in Texas, an after-school program, and it just blew up into this worldwide program now. So it's just exciting to see. I've been with Lemonade Day for 11 years now, and I've been able to see firsthand the amazing and powerful impact that it has on kids. And so I wanted to kind of start out really quickly and share my screen. and show you a very quick video about Lemonade Day. And it never, hold on one second. So we'll just get Lemonade Day. Okay, so. All right, so this is our Lemonade Day national website. Can you all see this? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay, perfect. So this is where you would go to find out information about Lemonade Day. But what I wanted to do today is to show you a quick video about what Lemonade Day is about for those of you who don't know. And then, and after that, I want to show you a short clip by one of our Lemonade Day kids. Her name is Michaela Ulmer. She started with Lemonade Day when she was 7. And so just want to show you a little bit of what she's done since she participated. But this is the Lemonade Day video.
We've all heard the old saying about taking lemons and turning them into lemonade. We take it literally, and we're spreading it across North America. You see, all of us depend on small businesses to create jobs, but kids aren't learning how to create small businesses in school. So who will teach children how to create the jobs of the future? That's where we come in. It's called Lemonade Day. It started with one lemonade stand and turned into a movement. One day a year, hundreds of thousands of kids all over North America start, own, and run their own businesses. We help kids every step of the way. We teach them, give them tools, help them with goal setting and creating a business plan. And we teach them how to save some, spend some, and share some with their favorite charity. But we need help to make it happen. Here's what you can do. If you're a teacher, think about adding Lemonade Day to your program. If you're a parent, encourage your kids and their friends to sign up and run their own lemonade stands. For everybody else, volunteer your time and business expertise as a mentor or organizer. And of course, your donations are crucial to making sure Lemonade Day is a success. Today, your corner lemonade stand, tomorrow the world. Get involved at lemonadeday.org.
All right, so I am now just going to show you, I just really want to show you, this is a new commercial that Michaela Ulmer just created. So you might have seen this on TV, but short clip about her.
Come in for lemonade. Leave supporting entrepreneurs. Like me. What we value most shouldn't cost more.
Okay, so I wanted to show you just a couple of those videos to show you a little bit about what Lemonade Day is, but also to show you a little bit about some of the kids who have done the program and gone on to do amazing things like Michaela. So just to tell you a little bit about Michaela, she started with Lemonade Day when she was only 7 years old. And hold on, I'm going to change this over quick. She started when she was 7 years old, and she wanted to participate. And we have a best tasting lemonade contest that all the kids can participate in. So she found her granny's recipe, and it included bee honey and flaxseed. And so she put together her recipe and sold her lemonade, but she also participated in the best tasting, and she won the best tasting contest. So afterwards, when she sold her lemonade at her lemonade stand, she was like, this is awesome. This is great. She made so much money. And she's like, I don't want to just sell my lemonade at a lemonade stand. I want to sell my lemonade in stores. And so there were a couple of, with the help of her mom and the local Chamber of Commerce in her city, she was able to bottle her lemonade and started selling it in some local establishments. Well, Whole Foods heard about her and invited her to put her product in Whole Foods stores. And then shortly after that, Shark Tank heard about her. And so she appeared on Shark Tank. And she got an offer from Damon John, who has been her shark ever since. And she's gone on to not only have her product sold in Whole Food stores, but also in Texas, there's this monster grocery chain called H-E-B, that her product is in H-E-B now. And then she just landed the Target deal. This little girl has traveled the country. She actually attended the Dreamforce conference with me several years ago and spoke in front of an entire humongous audience about youth entrepreneurship. And when she was making her lemonade originally, she got stung by a bee because she needed bee honey and decided she hated the bees. And her mom and dad then gave her, told her about why the bees are so critical for all of us. And so now that's where she calls her lemonade, Me and the Bees lemonade, because part of her profits go back to saving the bees. So I love telling the stories about Lemonade Day because that really shows the true impact of the program. Another, just quickly, there's so many stories and you can read those on our website if you have time to look those up. But there were also two Austin brothers who did Lemonade Day together, and it just sparked their entrepreneurial spirit like crazy. They went on to create their own company, much like Michaela. It's called Trashbots. And they created, they have a huge heart for underserved communities. Well, they created a STEM kit for underserved communities and countries. They sell it worldwide. These kids just graduated high school, and they the kits are for the kids to build a robot out of everyday items, i.e. trash. And that's why they call it Trashbots. But that's amazing. And then another little girl in Lubbock, she got a new bike for her birthday, and her bike was stolen. And so her parents couldn't afford to buy her a new bike. And so she found out about Lemonade Day, did Lemonade Day, and realized she loved running her own business. And you could see her food truck at the end of that last video, but she now owns that food truck with her uncle in Lubbock. I mean, it's so fun. I've watched over these 11 years, these kids grow up. And honestly, I think I couldn't be more proud if they weren't my own kids. So it's pretty fun. So just to let you know a little bit more about Lemonade Day, those are the kids, but I know that a lot of you are probably very familiar with the Gallup organization in Washington, D.C. Jim Clifton is the CEO of Gallup, and I'm sure you've heard, the Gallup polls and all those sorts of things. Well, Gallup does research on our economy as a nation and all sorts of different things. And they've really determined that, with the decline in small businesses over the past many, many, many years, we're in big trouble if we are not investing into youth entrepreneurship nationwide. So that's why Chris and I and all these other really great youth entrepreneurship programs are out there really trying to make an impact and provide this knowledge and information to kids. So Jim Clifton is also the author of the Strength Finder book. And if you all haven't read it, I really recommend it. It really, and there's a chance for you to take a little quiz and it'll show you what your innate strengths are and how to use them to the fullest extent. Amazing, amazing book and amazing to be able to do that. But because Jim is such a huge supporter of Lemonade Day and youth entrepreneurship, he has helped us to create some impact studies using their Hope Index. So they did a nationwide survey of kids who had done Lemonade Day and kids who had not done Lemonade Day. And it was really interesting because out of that study, they found that 31% of kids who had done Lemonade Day were running their own business today. And remember, these are elementary age kids. These are not high school kids. And compared to, so 31% Lemonade Day kids are running their own business today compared to only 4% of kids who had not participated in the program or a youth entrepreneurship program. And the other one that I love is that they came out that 64% of Lemonade Day kids said that they will invent something that will change the world. That's compared to 29% of kids who had not participated. But what I love about this one is that Lemonade Day, it not only teaches them knowledge about how to start a business, but it teaches them character and life building skills. And maybe even more importantly, it teaches them to believe in themselves. Just like you, Vinay. I mean, what a story. I mean, love hearing from you and good for you. We are so proud of you and keep it up. But it teaches them that, you know what, if I can do this, what else can I do? And it just really, their confidence level explodes through this experience. And I absolutely love that. So how does Lemonade Day work? So we are currently in over 84 countries worldwide. Some will be city programs, some will be regional programs. We have state programs, we have country programs. So, you know, so an organization in one of those communities who wants to bring Lemonade Day there would contact us and let us know the geographical area that they want to run the program in. And that will correspond to, and we'll put together a license agreement for them. There is a program cost for them each year, and that is based on their the population of the licensed area that they want to run the program in. But what that also gives them with that program fee is the educational materials, all the resources that we've built over the years, which is really phenomenal. I mean, our resource library is incredible. We have everything you would possibly need. And also to Chris's credit, where they did the startup program for adults during COVID, we also had to look at pivoting as well. And we created Lemonade Day My Way, so they can also do online businesses anytime. And also we created a pitch competition, Best of the Zest business pitch competition, so that if it's not possible for them to do a lemonade stand in person, and if they still want to do an event, they can still do a really fun entrepreneurial event with the pitch competition. So Lemonade Day is also a community-wide program. It's a little different from NFTY in that we are not just in schools. In fact, we're probably more in the community than we are in schools. But we, the reason why we like to involve everyone in the community is that because Lemonade Day is experiential, you know, it culminates, we have the curriculum where the kids will go through the curriculum with either a parent or a teacher, a youth organization leader, an after-school provider. Once they go through the lessons, then they actually will, there's a day that's called Lemonade Day in each city, and they choose the day that's the best for them and where the kids will be successful. On that day, the kids can set up their lemonade stands throughout the city in very high customer traffic areas. So, that means that the kids are able to really benefit from the community knowing about the program, wanting to go out and support the kids, and for the kids to be able to set up in front of businesses to give them that customer traffic. These kids will make between $300 and $500 on average on Lemonade Day, just in that one day. It's very common for them to make over $1,000. And just to put that in context, my 9-year-old granddaughter made $620 in 5 hours at the Waco Farmers Market selling her lemonade. So the kids really make a lot of money by doing this. And we set them up for that success by engaging the community, getting the mayor to do a proclamation. This day will be Lemonade Day in our city, getting the businesses to show them, give them stand locations, inviting volunteers from the bank to mentor kids or come in and do workshops. The banks love Lemonade Day for the financial literacy piece. And they will a lot of times do bank loan days where the kids can go in and sit in front of a loan officer and pitch their business plan and get a startup loan, normally between $30 and $50. So they get their money and they get an envelope. And on Lemonade Day, they take the envelope with them to their lemonade stand. And the first $30 goes into that envelope that they make, and they seal it closed. And everything after that is pure profit. But then after Lemonade Day, they have the opportunity to go back into the bank and pay back that loan. I mean, what an awesome opportunity for a kid to do, at elementary age kid, right? So, so having the community kind of really wrap their arms around the kids through this program is really what gives the kids such a great opportunity to make a lot of money and be successful in their first entrepreneurial venture. As I said, the age group is, we really target elementary age kids. We do have materials for middle school kids, and we do have some cities that have a pretty robust middle school participation. A lot of times that's in the underserved communities again, because a lot of those kids have never made their own money. And so this just gives them a chance to be able to do that and experience that. But we really want to provide this program to kids while they're young and give them a head start, because there are so many really great programs for junior high but basically high school. These are kids that are going to be great feeders into some of those types of programs, but also just for them to be able to benefit from the confidence boost that they get through this program and the knowledge that they get through this program. It just gives them an early head start above everyone else. And going back to the confidence level and self-belief, for me, having these kids realize what they're capable of doing and realize their potential is everything, I think. So what happens in the city is that there has to be that organization that wants to bring the program there. We call that a license holder. And they would designate someone in their organization to be what we call the city director, and that would be the program director of Lemonade Day in the city. So that person will then go out and invite a group of volunteers to work with them to be able to implement the program. Because it's community-wide, it takes more than one person to do this. So we call this group of people our Lemon Council, and it's just broken up into the different areas of the community to have someone help and have a deeper footprint within the community. So, so when the kids, once they register for the program, they register on the website. You saw the national website, and there is a drop down that shows Find Your City. If you click on that, you'll see all of our cities, and then you can click, and each one of our cities has their own page on our website. And that's where the kids would go to register in each of the cities to participate. Once they're registered, they get the free curriculum. That is either in the digital version, which is our new digital app called My Lemonade Day, and you all can access that right now. We are offering that for free because this is the pilot year, so you can go in and kind of see what that looks like. But we have partnered with Nickelodeon as a national sponsor, and so with their influence in the app, it's all animated and super fun for the kids. It'll also give our cities a chance to be able to get more impact information and also be able to add some more functionalities to it at some point where the kids could like open for business and let us know they're open on Lemonade Day and be able to use it as a as a calculator and all sorts of, we've got this huge wish list of everything we want to add to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so first they register, and once they register, then, as I said, either a parent or a mentor or a teacher, after school provider, they will take them through the lessons. They will first go through setting their goals. So with Lemonade Day, it's kind of in 4 sessions. First of all, set a goal, make a plan, work the plan, achieve your dreams. So they'll set plans. We want them to set their profit goal. First of all, how much do you want to make from your lemonade stand? So think about a spend goal. What is something you need or want? Write that down. How much does it cost? And then second, first of all, we want them to do that. We want them to spend some of the money. We don't want them to give it all away. We want them to experience what it's like to be able to buy something they either need or want on their own. It's huge. Second of all, we want them to save some. We want them to learn good financial practices while they're young, and that putting money away and saving it is a really good thing to start while you're young. And then finally, to share some. Is there a charity in your community that you're really passionate about that you want to be able to support? Even though you're young, you can still make a difference in your community. So the kids will put their spend goal, their save goal, their share goal, and come up with their profit goal for their lemonade stand. From there, they've set a plan. Now they're going to make, set a goal. They're going to make a plan. They're going to create their unique lemonade. So they're going to come up with their own flavor of lemonade. And they're going to find a location. They're going to go out and ask a business owner if they can set up in front of their business on Lemonade Day and get permission. They're going to create a budget. They're going to create a stand and a marketing plan. You know, they might want to go out and spend $50 on wood to build a fancy stand, but a lot of them, you know, we ask them, well, what do you think that you can make enough profit to be able to cover the cost of $50 for your materials? Or do you think maybe you might want to use things you already own and create a stand and be able to maximize your profit margins, which most of them do. Although the second and third year, you'll see more and more fancy stands because they'll have money saved up and they'll be able to go out and create some fancier stands. Ultimately, they'll put a business plan together. And once they have their business plan, then they'll go out and pitch to an investor. That might be a bank for their bank loan. It might be to a parent, excuse me, it might be to a relative, but they'll go out and they'll pitch to an investor to get their startup loan. Then they'll do their lemonade stand, and on Lemonade Day, they need to have an adult with them, obviously, just to make sure that it's safe for the kids. But then after Lemonade Day, the last thing we ask them is to turn in their results and let us know how they did. Did they make their goal? And how did they distribute the money that they made? Because the money they make on Lemonade Day is theirs to keep. If they want to spend the whole thing, they can. If they want to save the whole thing, they can. That's their complete decision to do with the money, whatever they want. After Lemonade Day, then we have the city will choose a Youth Entrepreneur of the Year, and that's based on the results that the kids send in and their experiences. And so that Youth Entrepreneur of each city then rolls up to the national contest. And the national winner is flown to Houston, Texas in September for our annual conference. And they receive their award in person, and they get to share their story with the whole group of city directors from all around the world. So it's pretty fun. So I know I talk really fast, but there's so much to say about this program. So I'm going to open it up now.
Yeah, Debbie, thank you so much. That was a great overview. And honestly, I think that's what, I mean, I fell in love with Lemonade Day because one, it was geared towards elementary age students, but one, we live in Florida, it's hot all the time. And when you think of youth entrepreneurship, some kids might get scared to hear that, but this is like the launch, or to me, the introduction to youth entrepreneurship. If kids can go and take a whole business plan and a budget through the whole model of creating your own Lemonade Day business, imagine what they could do after that. So thank you so much. We have about 5 minutes left. Are there any questions for Debbie?
I actually have a comment. Debbie, I just want to let you know that you totally inspire our Nifty teachers, because if you notice, if you click on those links I put in the chat box there, those are some of one of our teachers, Ray Paris, that found you guys, and you inspired him to bring the Lemonade Challenge annually to his classroom. And he does a whole expo in collaboration of continuously teaching Nifty, but also around lemonade. So the kids have a booth. I was lucky enough to be one of the tasters and a judge at one of the competitions, some unique flavors of lemonade. It was an amazing experience. And we actually brought it to our national teacher retreat that we had in Chicago one year. And all the teachers got ingredients to make their own lemonade and had to create their lemonade booth around the economics of one unit. So it was really, really, really cool. And just to let you know, you inspire our teachers daily. You're in your program, so shout out to you guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Anybody else?
Jennifer, I just want to jump in and say, this is two great partners for the Florida After School Network. We have many more, but this is just another example of the connections and collaboration that we can learn from. And not every organization is going to be perfect and perfect fit, but I think it's one of those opportunities that we can learn from each other, sharing ideas and really building off of the connections. And the other focus is, we have a broad focus of K-12, understanding that, if we can get these youth excited about something early, we can help them elevate to the next program, whether it's something that we may be controlling, but we can help build that pathway and that transition so that they're advancing through, connecting on. And that's just something that we want to make sure that we are building on and connecting our youth to passion, partners, and great work. So thank you.
Awesome. Brent, what do we call that? We have a podcast coming up in a few weeks, and Brent came up with the perfect analogy. It's the entrepreneurial highway. There's all these different pathways that we can take. So Debbie, thank you again. That was awesome. All right, Miss Holly, can we put yes, there we go. Let's see. Okay, so this is just a little snapshot. I was actually invited by the city director for Tallahassee's Lemonade Day to come over to Tallahassee and experience the 4th annual Kid Biz Entrepreneurship Fair. So I packed up my daughters on Saturday morning, and we trekked across the state to go experience this. And when I tell you that these kids had grit, I mean, even some of their parents were in the back, but they took the lead. I mean, they pitched their businesses, and it was honestly, it was amazing just to hear their stories, hear about their businesses, why they started their businesses. And one positive thing from this pandemic is the youth were bored and they were down and had nothing to do. And this inspired them to take a chance on their creativity and start their own businesses. So yeah, it was an exciting day. And if you're part of the Youth Entrepreneurship Powerhouse on Facebook, we're going to be sharing some of the different interviews with these youth. So if you are joined, I know a few of you, I have seen your names in there. If not, please join our Power Hour Clubhouse. Okay. And again, I know there's some new people on here. This was just a recommended book study, but Schick Thompson, who is not on here today, but I have absolutely fallen in love with him and his Waggy Labs curriculum. But he did write a book called What a Great Idea for Adults. And these were just the recommendations of chapters to read. It's not too late. It's a very easy read. There's lots of diagrams, phenomenal quotes. And if you haven't bought the book yet, I strongly suggest getting it. And what I would like to do, I don't know if anyone has done their digging. I just want to share a quote. And if you go to the next page, Ollie. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read this quote. We can open up for dialogue or just a little food for thought. Nothing is more dangerous than an idea when it's the only one you have. So true. This quote resonated with me, and it's so very true. We get so narrow-minded and focused like, oh, this is the only way it can happen. This is the way it has to be. But the truth is, I mean, it's okay to have more than one idea or another way to solve something or figure something out or how to run a business. It's not this cookie cutter, one size shoe fits all. And then next we have the convergent thinker versus divergent thinker. So I'm going to read. This is the teacher in me. It says, creativity consists of coming up with many ideas, not just one great idea. These ideas typically are not focused at the time you conceive them. They are not anticipated. They are not, in a word, aimed. They don't come with teeth-clenched concentration. They don't require effort in their creation. Idea making then requires you, the idea person, to get ready, fire away, and wait for the smoke to clear. And then look around to see if you hit anything worthwhile. Look at all the ideas laying around and see whether any of them seem promise-aimed. They don't come with teeth-clenched concentration. Wow. They don't require effort in their creation. Idea making then if none are any good, get ready and fire again. Blast away and then aim. Maybe this time you'll hit something. This approach is a hybrid of divergent and convergent thinking. A convergent thinker focuses on the problem as stated and tries to synthesize information and knowledge to devise a solution. By contrast, Instead of concentrating inwardly on a problem or goal, the divergent thinker looks elsewhere for solutions. Up, down, under, over, far away, backward, inside out, outside in, clouds, in the myths, in the dreams. The divergent thinker tries to envision the problem solved. The divergent thinker plays strange mental games and may imagine a refrigerator in dire need of 2 boxes of baking soda, one for the crisper and one for the freezer. This is just, I've already read the section, but again, I strongly suggest getting Chick's book because it's amazing. It'll get you thinking outside of the box. And then if you can start thinking like an entrepreneur, just think about how you can share this with the youth that you guys are serving. So on that note, the last question we have is how can the Florida After School Network best support you with rolling out youth entrepreneurship? I know we're over time, but I'm willing to stay on a few minutes if you want to chat. I know Holly, I think, put our contact information and website in the chat box, but we are here to help you and best support you on this journey. It's an initiative that is so needed right now. And I can't thank you guys enough for coming out and joining us today.
Jennifer, I believe that Jasmine Lassane had her hand up, but then she took it down. I see she's still on with us. So Jasmine, was that an accident? Was that a what? You're happy, excited?
There, Jasmine, yes.
I did want to speak, and I know we're close to time, but I've just been, during the whole hour, I've been so inspired. And Debbie, hearing you speak more in depth about just taking us through the journey of how Lemonade Day started and where you are now. The year before the pandemic, I started an organization, which the focus is entrepreneurship. And we had like a very successful year where I taught the kids entrepreneurship and we ended with the Shark Tank showcase. So just to see like the way the community responded to it and the other kids who were in middle school who were like, oh, I can't wait to get to high school. So for me to know that Lemonade Day is more so focusing on the kids who are like in elementary school, honestly, I can't wait to see it in Florida and I can't wait to be a part of it because I feel that the setup that you have, it makes it so much more valuable for people like me who are, trying to get the city officials and the schools to see the benefit of it. So I just love everything and I'm so happy that you all are, looking to start expanding more in Florida.
Thank you.
Awesome. Any other questions or comments anybody want to share?
Jennifer, if I can, since everyone's kind of thinking, I'll just jump in. I'm going to throw a couple of dates at everybody of just some things that are coming up and happening. It's going to pop up on your screen in just a moment. But the first one is that it is October. And in addition to all the really cool stuff that we do for youth entrepreneurship and some of the other amazing work, it's also Lights On After School. I'm going to start calling it month. I know it's technically only a day at the national level, but I have a dream, right? I'm thinking outside, inside, underneath, all the things of how can we make Lights On After School while we are building brighter after school opportunities for all youth and children across this great state. How can we do this? We've talked a lot about getting mayors and cities involved, and we are throwing down a challenge. We're lighting up local landmarks in honor of after school. We're doing it in Jacksonville, Orlando, St. Petersburg. I just got South Miami to commit to doing something. So from big, cool, amazing installations like the Rays Tropicana Stadium, and oh, by the way, the Rays are going to this to the playoffs and all of that jazz, and they're willing to light up for after school, which is very exciting. Whether it's a community park, a lake, a city hall, get them involved. We have proclamations that are rolling in, and what a great conversation starter right now to start talking about Lights On After School. And then in a few months when your community is doing a Lemonade Day, to get that follow-up proclamation and start building those relationships now. There's some other dates that you'll see on the slide deck. We have our first day of the 22 legislative session coming up in January. It is an early session this year, so there might be some cool opportunity as related to workforce development that is emerging out of this session. Our mayor and legislature are our governor and legislature are very interested in how we can do more college and career readiness, and we know that this work that all of you are invested in is part of that. We'll also be very involved with Children's Week, so opportunities for young youth as well as our older youth. There'll be a teen town hall that we're putting together. If you have students who want to learn more about that, please let myself or Jennifer or Brian know, and we'll definitely get you connected to opportunities there. And then finally, for those of you who are after-school professionals, the National Beyond School Hours 2022 will be hosted in Florida this year in February. So if you have not already signed up to participate in that awesome professional development opportunity, please make sure to get that on your calendar. And the last thing that I'll show and kick it back to Jennifer is some access to what's next.
Last but not least, and then Kelly, do you want to talk really quick about Inspire, because it is right around the corner?
Sure, I'd love to, Jennifer. Great programming today. Loved hearing from everybody, all these like-minded people that are doing awesome things out there for our youth. But I'm Kelly Bigger from the Young Entrepreneur Institute, actually located up in Cleveland, Ohio, but we are all over the nation, and we have an Inspire conference coming up. It is November 4th, and it's going to the 9th. Some of the times aren't perfect for after school, but we will be recording them, and we will also be doing extra sessions during the next week. So if you can join us, we have great speakers. We have AJ Giuliani. I'm not sure if anybody follows him. He has an awesome podcast that I've been listening to. John Spencer, who's a professor and author, and then Marcia Tate, who's an educational consultant, co-founder of Developing Minds, Inc., and an author. So anybody is welcome. It's for educators, program directors, funders, anybody with a focus on building the entrepreneur mindset in K through 12 students. So be delighted to have you. I put our link in the chat. If anybody has any questions, I'll put my information in the chat. And we also have a power hour coming up. It's October 21st. And it's just an hour. It is from 4 to 5 Eastern Standard Time, and it's about weaving entrepreneurship into any of your curriculum. So whether you're teaching math or social studies or science or anything, ways and resources to weave entrepreneurship into it. So love to have you join us for any of our programming, all free and happy to have anybody. So pass along the information. Thanks for letting me promote our activities.
Thank you, Kelly. All right, and then last, Holly, if you could just pop the PowerPoint back up one last time. Thank you. So again, and I'm gonna make sure that I'll send out this PowerPoint to everybody. The links are live. Join us next month. We'll be meeting again on Tuesday, November 9th, 2 o'clock Eastern Time. And again, if you have not purchased the book, what a great idea. I strongly recommend getting it. And then maybe what we could do is talk about it in our clubhouse on Facebook. It doesn't have to be, there's not a lot of homework here. What's a great takeaway? What's a favorite quote you want to share? It's just a feel good book to kind of recenter you and get your mind. So guys, thank you so much for sticking around and staying past our 3 o'clock hour, but you guys are awesome. And I look forward to seeing you guys again next month.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to drop a quick link if you're hanging out to the Facebook group that Jennifer just talked about. Go join, stay engaged in the conversation. Bye, everyone.